The Eafp podcast.
As electrifying as a hairdryer thrown into a hot tub, my friend.
On the JCA Sports Podcast on Spotify and Anchor app. Hey everybody, what's up? Another episode of the Eafp podcast here today. Coming to you live on Facebook, Instagram, Twitch, Twitter, and also make sure you follow us on all our social media platforms: Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. Another episode of the Eafp podcast and another episode where I stay alive because, man, oh man, did my Arsenal, did my Gunners, did the man. Woo! Jeez, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the thrashing yesterday between Liverpool and Manchester United. Games of the weekend, what games are going to be interesting for over the weekend. We're also going to give a little small preview of the Champions League too as well, and so much more. But let's start off with today's game, man. I'm surprised I'm still doing this show, man, because, man, was I sweating. Oh, geez. The Arsenal winning 4-2 against Chelsea to keep their top four chances alive. Guys, I want to know what you think. I'm going to put it on the chat here, guys, for you guys to join me to talk a little bit about football, a little soccer, a little what games you might find interesting, games for later on tonight as America plays against Leon later on tonight. So I know I have a few of my America fans out there. Chivas winning yesterday, and there's a lot of good weekends, a lot of good games coming up this weekend for sure. We'll get into that, but man, let's get into it. Arsenal, 2 goals, a brace from Eddie and Nketiah, and was it back and forth? Emmy with another one with a goal too. And geez, why am I spacing on the other goal for Arsenal? Geez, they scored 4. Well, anyways, it was just another. It was exciting. It was exciting. Nevertheless, Arsenal keeping their top 4 hopes alive with the win today, facing Tottenham and then they got Manchester United this weekend. But they are tied for 4th in the standings with Tottenham with 57 points. Just Spurs have a better goal differential right there. So the games are getting closer. It's towards the end. Top 4 is in there. But let's talk about the game. And, man, was it as nerve-wracking as it can be. I don't know if it was a professional game or if it was another game in Clasa, in the Mayor, or even in the Primera or the Americas League or something like that, because they started off, the possessions were so bad from both teams. Like the goals that came up left and right. The goal that they gave up, Eddie, first of all, the first goal, that was horrible. Arsenal couldn't take the ball out for the first one on Timo Werner, who went all the way to his right and deflected off of Xhaka. The sweet play, who lost the possession midfield from Chelsea, that led up to the goal from a layoff from Odegaard to Emmy Smith-Rowe. Arsenal again couldn't clear the lines, and the cross coming in from, I think it was Timo to Azpilicueta. The first 30 minutes had me stressing, because it was a game that, as an Arsenal fan, was just like, dude, what are you guys doing? Like, okay, we got this. And then they showed the true colors of Arsenal, and on them getting scored on. It's just like, do you guys even want top 4? And it was a good battle. Eddie again scoring his second one in the second half, kind of almost sealing it, because you kind of seen Arsenal drop back a little bit more, playing a little bit deep, trying to contain possession, looking like they were playing the counterattack, because I felt that they were okay in containing and getting Arsenal and getting the point at Stamford Bridge, because they felt like they did what they can. And then the third goal came along, and Saka with the penalty, him scoring, kind of gave one up. So yeah, like I don't know what to tell you guys. I honestly, I don't know what to tell you guys, other than this game was crazy. For me as a fan, as an Arsenal fan, it was just crazy to watch. Like I was at work watching it, and I'm looking at it, and I'm stressing, like everybody that was in here looking at me like, dude, you all right? Me celebrating the goals. Like, you gotta know what, like, the top 4 is everything right now for Arsenal. Is that the only thing that they could get out of it? Knowing that they have an upcoming matchup at May 12th against Spurs, knowing that they got another matchup against Manchester United this weekend, knowing that they got another game coming up in a couple weeks against West Ham United, who are also fighting for that same position. So these games are more important for the Arsenal, for the family, myself, and the team of Arsenal. Like it is it's time for it, because the games are there, and with the win today, they're only, I think it was like 5 points away from even being third, competing with Chelsea. Now, I don't think Chelsea could falter that far behind, but their schedule is not that hard. They got West Ham coming up this weekend too, as well, another London derby at home. So if they drop points there, and if Arsenal does what they need to do and pick up the 3 points against Man U at home, anything could happen. They could still be there for for the top four. So I'm sweating. I'm still. I don't know if you can see it right here on camera, but either I'm glistening, I'm oily, or I am sweating my arse off here. Jose, what's up, man? Here looking out the way. Yeah, you guys are watching the Eafp podcast here on Facebook Live. Guys, make sure you follow the JCA Sports or John Konabi Facebook page. Make sure you guys follow all our shows, not only Eafp but Sports Strip Live and the JCA Sports podcast. Make sure you like and share all our shows and follow us on all our social media platforms, because we're talking about football today, nothing but soccer today. For the next 20 minutes, Sulu laughing here, dude. Trust me, I'm still sweating. I feel it in my pits, my under boobs too. There was other games too as well. Man City taking control back of first place after yesterday's result of Liverpool, and that was a thrashing. 3-0 today, but yesterday's game between Manchester United and Liverpool, you could tell the difference between where Liverpool is at and where Manchester United is at, and it wasn't good. Obviously, the best thing that happened yesterday, though, outside of Manchester United losing, was at minute 7 for the whole entire minute. The whole Anfield came up, standing applause for Cristiano Ronaldo, who unfortunately lost one of his twins a couple of days ago. And they stood up, they sang "Never Walk Alone." So it was a good moment for them. Kudos to Liverpool fans and the whole entire Liverpool squad. I want to thank them for or not thank them, but just a classy move. Liverpool, just a very classy organization, and for what they did, that was a good one. And the team performed amazingly yesterday. 4-0 against Manchester United. It wasn't even close. Literally the 5th minute mark, Luis Diaz scoring the first one. Great kind of attacking play. Maguire couldn't close off on Mane. Played it out wide, cross in. Mo Salah finally had an open play goal. Scored the second one. 2-0 at halftime. It just looked very controlling after that. It could have been way more. And then Sadio Mane scored his. There was a beauty of a goal that he got on, and then Salah again in the 85th minute. This title race for the Premier League is going to be a good one, as it's only separated by 1 point. They're only separated by 1 point, and the game over the weekend between City and Liverpool for the FA Cup semifinal, it wasn't great, knowing the fact that Man City played a tough one during the week at Spain, at Madrid for the Champions League, and Man City kind of had a cakewalk. You can kind of tell that the legs were a little laggy, and how Pep Guardiola kind of really shifted this whole entire squad. They competed towards the very end. You could tell that towards the very end, it got a little dicey, and Liverpool got way too comfortable with their possession, passing the ball back and forth. They got a little too lax. Man City ended up coming back, making it just a little tad bit interesting, but had control of the game. Yeah, Sulu Gordon said it's going to be a really good matchup against Man U. You know what? It's two teams that how should I put it about the Arsenal game? It's two teams that are in two different type of levels. A team that's trying to find themselves in Manchester United, and a team that knows what they are, or who knows who they are, and are very, very young and finally competing at a top level. And the pressure is getting them is getting to them a little bit, and kind of over exceeding. I think this game is going to be quite interesting for sure, because I remember it's top four. It's top four. Yeah, Manchester United, although they may look out, Manchester United are still kind of in it. They're only 3 points behind both Spurs and Arsenal for that. West Ham United not that far behind, 2 points behind Manchester United, trying to qualify for Europe. But we got these competitions, we got these games. I see my barber was going on. Just sir, what's up, Magic? These games are going to be tough, man, and obviously the Arsenal Tottenham game in May 12th, I'm sorry, is going to be a tough one. So yeah, we got a lot going on here, guys. If you want to join me on the StreamYard app here, you really can. You can. I posted up on the comments. You guys go. I posted up and posting it up again. That way, you guys come to join me. Come talk to me about a little bit of football, and let's go from there. Let's have a nice topic conversation. Let's talk about it, and let's do it. We'll talk about the English Premier League here. We're talking about the table. Man City with 77 points. Liverpool behind by 1 point and 76. 62 with Chelsea. That gap is already over. It's only between two teams. And then also Arsenal and Spurs with 57 points. With a few games left to go. We got 6 more games to go, guys. So it's going to be a good title at the end. One title that's out of reach and over with is the Spanish League. Real Madrid winning today 3-1. Kind of put the clamps on that one of anybody of Sevilla and even Barcelona, even though they have a chance. But just putting the title race over with winning 3-1 against Osasuna. The only reason why I'm bringing it up is because our boy, the future Ballon d'Or winner, and Karim Benzema missing 2 PKs. It's something that you don't really see. Benzema missing 2 PKs, something you don't see. He didn't get on the scoreline, so everybody has an off night. Let's just put it like that. Everybody has an off night. We thought it would have made a little bit of difference, but it wasn't, as Luis Vázquez scored in stoppage time in the 6th minute, making it 3-1. It got a little dicey towards the very end, but it looked like Real Madrid had that under control. But that league title is over. Let's just be honest. Real Madrid up by like 12 points. They just counted down the games. So let's just let's just call it what it is. Other results around the league too, or around Europe. Everton and Leicester City. Everton getting the last minute goal. They're trying to grasp this safety zone a little bit more, man. Getting a tie at Leicester after they got scored on in the 5th minute. Hard fought game. I'll get to that one later. Hard fought game. Richarlison scoring in the 92nd minute to get the tie, and Miguel Almiron in the 32nd minute won 1-0 against Crystal Palace, a team that Arsenal couldn't beat, and also had a very tough matchup and a very tough game over the weekend against Chelsea in the semifinal for the FA Cup. Sulu said, what about Ramos getting on the scoreboard? Yeah, it's fine. It's good to see Sergio Ramos coming back. He's been dealing with a lot of injuries this year. It looked like he couldn't get either. People say injuries. I say he's still kind of heartbroken that he couldn't stay with Real Madrid for a little while. Use the injury as a crutch for him to just a crush for him to like not play and not feel like his heart is not in it anymore. I really do think so. Maybe the injury was a lot worse than we all expected, but everybody has their own conspiracy theory. But yeah, PSG winning today 3-0 against Angers. Mbappe with the first goal in the 28th, followed by Ramos in extra time for the first half in the 35th minute. Marquinhos sealing the deal with the 77th goal, making it 3-0. Sulu says same as Messi. The difference, I want to say that too. I think both of them are feeling that that heartbreak where they've been with their whole entire squad for so long. I know I'm looking at the stream. I'm trying not to touch the table so I won't be moving a lot. Yeah, same with Messi. I think being with the club for so long, although Ramos started with Sevilla and he ended up being with Real Madrid, but he made his name in Real Madrid. Messi just made his name and kept in Barcelona, but being there for so long and going to a whole different country and knowing a whole different language, you're right. Probably the heart wasn't really in it like it was before. So I could give them both the benefit of the doubt. Now I could say, Cristiano Ronaldo's the effect, but he was made in Portugal. He went to Manchester United. He knows United. He went to Real Madrid. He knows Real Madrid. It's close to Spain. It's part of it. He's that guy. He was that guy that played in multiple leagues already. So he got accustomed to going to Italy with Juve and then coming back to Manchester. But players like Ramos and Messi, who only have known one club for like their whole entire career, that was probably the big difference to me on why they really haven't had that much success or playing time in Ramos' case, simply because I don't think their heart was in it. And they just had to use Messi was fine. It's just the adaptation, I'm assuming. He it's just another good year for him. But as for Sergio Ramos, I'm gonna go with that one. I think I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. I think his heart was kind of broken, still not being with Real Madrid for a very long time. So that's just me. Glad he's on the score sheet. Glad he's playing because remember it's a World Cup year, so you're gonna need a lot of games from here on out, at least to get acclimated to the new World Cup schedule because now the World Cup is gonna be in November. So we'll get to that, guys. Let's get to the games of the week as you guys are listening to the EAFP podcast here on Facebook Live. Make sure you follow us on all our social media platforms: Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, um, Instagram, TikTok. Make sure you guys follow all our shows too as well, and make sure you guys also listen to us on Anchor and Spotify. If you guys missed the show, it'll be on those platforms too as well. Hoy juega el mejor de México. America plays tonight at 9 o'clock against León. It's gonna be on my second screen. I got another game to watch, but I am gonna be keeping an eye on that one. America on a good form ever since they fired the head coach Santiago Solari. Winning the last four out of the 5 games, winning that match up and actually coming back up in the league and being in 7th place. They've been looking good. The new adaptation role that they had for oh my god, Fidalgo. I think that's where everything starting to become that problem for America. A good problem to have. Getting him involved a little bit more. I think putting in Roger coming in is also helping them too. So they're putting in good results towards the tail end of the season. They're fifth. I think they were 7th in the table the last time I checked. If I'm not mistaken, they're in the playoff round. I went to the English Premier League. That's not what I'm trying to look for. But yeah, America has been on a good surge for the last couple of weeks. 10th, they're at 10th with the win yesterday from Chivas, dropped them down to 10th. So they're still in it. They got a game tonight against Leon, 1 game back. So it's going to be a tough matchup too because they're right behind them, tied with same points, just goal differential. So America really need the 3 points, jumping them, hitting them. With the win today, hopefully we'll get them to 22. We'll be up to 6th place as Cruz Azul plays tomorrow, I believe, this weekend. And they have a good matchup this weekend too as well. Like let's go to the games of the week, guys. I think the games of the weeks are going to be very, very exciting. For sure. The one that I'm up and I'm going to be up bright and early for this one is definitely the one on Saturday between Arsenal and Manchester United. Top 4 implementations right there. Hopefully Arsenal could pull up another big win as they're playing at home against Man U. Definitely cheering for Arsenal. If there's a team that I really, really hate outside of Spurs is Manchester United for other reasons. That's another story for another podcast. Even though we kind of keep it on this one, but that's the only one. It's at 6:30 in the morning. I am up and about at that time with my Arsenal jacket and my undies as well. Keeping a close eye at that Brentford versus Tottenham game simply because again, top 4 implementations right there too as well. Man City again plays Saturday at 9 o'clock against Watford. Another W right there for title reasons. The Fire play on the road. I know we gotta talk about the Chicago Fire. We're in Chicago. We have to do it, but they're on the road against Minnesota United after they have lost yesterday in the Open Cup in penalties. The other good game also on this weekend too at 11:30, guys, is the Clásico in Germany between Borussia Dortmund and Bayern Munich in Bayern. It's one of those matches. It could be Erling Haaland's last matchup with Borussia Dortmund, and he might be leaving to go to another club this year. And also Robert Lewandowski's last Le Clasico here for Bayern Munich. It's always a good matchup between those two, even though the title race is kind of set in Germany. As I look at the tables right now as we speak, I clicked on something. Let's go with the German Bundesliga. 9 points separate both Dortmund and Bayern Munich with a couple games left. So Borussia Dortmund really needs to pull up the W on the road just to make it a little bit more interesting. But yeah, I'm telling you, this weekend for some reason I'm looking at this weekend and all I see is like, good game starting in the morning and then later on in the afternoon too as well, and even the nightcap too as we watch La Liga Mexicana here And America Tigres at 7 o'clock is going to be a good one too. Again, America trying to fight their way into making to La Liguilla, along with Chivas versus Pumas. I think that's another tasty matchup. Chivas also finding good form as of late. Unfortunately, it's hard for me to say that, and to say that like my mouth is kind of burning at the same time. But the Chivas Pumas game is going to be a good one. Pumas actually be on the top of the table. Chivas finding a way to get into La Liguilla, so good matchups all around there. Saturdays just, along with other sports, Saturday is a good day to watch football, the real football. We got Chelsea West Ham on Sunday, and also we have Liverpool, the Merseyside Derby, Liverpool versus Everton. We got that going to on Sunday. Barca plays against Rayo. If you guys Barca fans, who want to be out there, let's just look. They got bounced out of the Europa League. They had 2 bad games as of late, losing 2 in a row. So we got that going. And then I am looking for the other games too as well. Toluca Atlas looks like it should be a doozy. And also Cruz Azul versus, who cares about Cruz Azul? Nobody cares. And that's basically all we got for the games of the week. I really want to, if you guys want to put a betting amp, let's go. Let's go with Saturday, right? Let's wager a little money. Although I'm not that good one, but Sulu wants to know about Wolves. Wolves play on, following Raul Jimenez, I'm assuming Wolves play Sunday at 8 o'clock against Burnley. So if you want to know about that, for follow Raul Jimenez, that's a good one too. And that's a good matchup to follow up. You know, you can either watch Chelsea, West Ham, Wolves, and Burnley, and then follow up with the Merseyside Derby. So let's go gambling for the weekend. I'm staying away from Arsenal as much as I love and support. I'm staying away. Let's go over 3 goals for Man City against Watford. Let's go over 2 goals between Tottenham versus Brentford. Let's go with let's do 3 goals for Bayern Munich versus Dortmund. Over 3. No, let's go over 2. Let's go over 2. Let's do America winning by the minimum 1-0. Yeah, I'm putting America on the money line. I know you could get a little bit more money for that. And also, so we'll do that. And then Sunday, that's just my little key nuggets. If you guys have a little gambling advice on to help me out, let's do that too. And then Sunday will be that. So those are the games for the weekend, guys. Tasty matchups for over the weekend for sure. Definitely starting on Saturday. Actually starts on Friday. Some of the games start on Friday, but the main important one, Manchester United versus Arsenal as top 4, is critical for that matchup too as well. Next weekend, guys, we're going to talk about the first leg of the Champions League. Starting on Tuesday, we have Manchester City versus Real Madrid. That's the first matchup on Tuesday, so be on the lookout for that podcast. And also next Wednesday, after the game's over, we are going to talk about Liverpool and Villarreal, the surprise team so far of this Champions League, as the leg 1 gets underway for the Champions League. City and Liverpool are both at home, so it should be a good one. Hopefully a tie one. That Man City Real Madrid game looks as tasty as it can be. Can Pep do it again and win and beat not only another Spanish team, but another Madrid team? Pep has had his bad luck against Spanish teams in both Man City and when he was in Bayern Munich. So let's see if he could switch over his luck. Maybe switching over his luck could finally win him that Champions League. And then can Liverpool still contain their dominance? Can Unai Emery find another perfect game plan to beat a superior one in Liverpool? Find a game plan to beat them. It's going to be a tough one on the road against Liverpool, but let's see if we get that going. And that's the whole topic for next week. Nothing but champion. He says, Sulu says Pep will take everything. So he got Man City winning the Champions League. Hopefully, man. Hopefully, more to talk. I know the final for the CONCACAF Champions League is next week between Pumas and Sounders, so that should be a good one. But that's it. Be on the lookout for the next podcast, as we're going to talk about the Champions League next week. More games of the week coming up that following week too as well. If you guys are listening to the Eafp podcast here on Facebook Live, guys, make sure you follow this show every week at 6 o'clock. Don't forget, we have another show. We have an early show of the JCA Sports Podcast at 7:30. You can follow Sports Strip Live. I think they're airing tomorrow, so we're switching it all up for the Bulls. But make sure you guys like us, follow us on all our social media platforms. Make sure you guys share all of our shows too, as well. That way we can have a conversation with all of you guys, friends and family. Make sure you like, share, follow us on Anchor and on Spotify. As for myself, Eric Avila, I am out. This was fun. I think I'm done sweating from the game from Arsenal Chelsea. I don't feel my shirt as wet anymore and my stuff. So it was a good game. Let's not do this again. But last couple weeks, man. Last couple weeks, that's for sure. So come on, Arsenal. I know we can do it. Games of the week, 6:30, guys. Arsenal, Manchester United. I'll see you guys next week. Deuces.
Scrooge smile with the quality of his goal.
See you later.
Oh. Yes. Yes.
He's intolerant.